Now, this is the good news for the Filipino people. Bukod tangi ang konstitusyon natin. They purposely made it to be pro-God, pro-family. Unang-una, sabi sa preamble natin, tayo, we the sovereign Filipino people, imploring the aid of Almighty God. It starts with a prayer and a covenant to each other.
Doon pa lang sa preamble na yon, doon pa lang sa panimula ng ating konstitusyon, ine-expressa nito yung ating pananampalataya sa Diyos na tayo bilang lipunan, bilang sambayan ng Pilipino, para bumuo ng isang makatarungan at makataong lipunan, kailangan natin ng tulong ng Diyos.
So, infused ang constitution natin ng concept of God. Paano mo makikita yan? Sa Article 2, Section 13, ang sinasabi doon that the state shall promote the spiritual, moral, intellectual, and social well-being of the youth. Which means, ang tao is first a spiritual and moral being. And then, dun sa Article 14, nakalagay sa Section 3, that the state, and this time the educational institutions, all shall promote the spiritual and moral development of the youth. Ang ginagawa ng educational sector for the longest time, for decades, is sabihin sa mga kabataan, secular mundo at material. That's not who the Filipino is. The Filipino believes in kaluluwa.
Binigyan tayo ng pagkakataon ng Diyos na magkaroon ng isang constitution na parang kumakatawan ng pinaka-espiritu ng ating mga Pilipino, no? At yung lumalabas sa ating Constitution, yung 1987 Constitution, lumalabas dito yung malalim na pananampalataya natin sa Diyos.
And the Filipino, therefore, is very much attuned to what Article 2 and Article 14 is saying, na ang kabataan dapat i-guide sa spiritual at moral development. Ang highlight ng ating Constitution is that it has an entire article on the family.
Tayo lang ang konstitusyon na mayroong isang buong artikulo tungkol sa pamilya. At talagang nilalatag dito kung ano yung karapatan at otoridad ng mga pamilya, at may karapatan sila na bumuo ng kanilang pamilya ayon sa kanilang pananampalataya. Ito ay isang karapatan na kinikilala ng ating konstitusyon na hindi dapat nilalabag.
Pasok tayo sa beautiful Article 15. The family is the foundation of the nation. It is the basic, autonomous, social unit of society. Yung pamilya nagbubuklod is kasing importante ng buong Department of Education. Na pag idinikit pa natin sa Article 2, Section 12, talks about the Filipino family. The state shall protect the sanctity of family life. Ibig sabihin pala, when a family, Filipino family convenes, something divine and holy happens. Hindi ito useless words. This is a description of the Filipino family and what the Filipino family should be. Just imagine, so parental authority is enshrined in the Constitution as being the natural and primary right of parents. And nobody can take that away. The Republic of the Philippines just came into being, what, in 100 years? But parents, from age immemorial, the moment they give birth to their children, ando na, inborn, biological right ng parent to rear their children. And then primary, ibig sabihin, the school is just secondary. The state is just secondary. May sacred life na nga ang family, secondary pa, all other institutions, not even courts. So, ang ganda-ganda, biruin mo, if all Filipinos will only appreciate that lofty ideal of the Filipino family, ang daming magandang mangyayari. And that is where sexuality education should take place. So, the primary duty now of the faith community is to equip parents to appreciate this constitutional role, including in sexuality education. Our parenting is being taken over by the state, and secular thinking and educational institutions being run by strangers. Ang sabi ko sa Constitution, sa inyo yan. So if that is the situation, there is much we need to do. Magplano tayo strategically. Kailangan we spend a lot of time talking and devising a communication plan, an educational plan, an information plan, so that mag-guide ang bansa sa tama. we have been asking God for a lot of things. Gawin natin focused this year on the Filipino family.